Like, yeah, I get it. Finding work in a hard time it's a hard time, and there's a lot of people that aren't finding work because, well, there's a lot of duds out there, and employers are kind of afraid of hiring idiots that aren't going to do the job, idiots that aren't going to show up to work, people with substance abuse issues, people with a poor work ethic, and this is I'm not even joking. It is a huge problem right now. When I met my partner and she wanted to do this sort of entrepreneurial thing herself, I said, "Well, what can you do?" And she said, "I've got a mind for cleaning. I can meticulously clean someone's house. I can tidy things up. I can organize for people. I can help hoarders organize their house and things like that." And I said, "Okay, well, this is one of the easiest methods I've found is let's get you some business cards, get a little graphic design and a business card and a cell phone, and you've got your equipment. Let's run with it." And lo and behold, it didn't take long before she'd hand out 3 business cards to every place that she cleaned. And these people handed them out to their friends until she was so busy she couldn't take the workload herself. She was now a self-employed entrepreneur. Now, that being said, something that's kind of important to remember, and something I've learned running a business, is when we're hiring people, we don't want just blank resumes. We are going to prioritize people that are coming into us with a resume, with somebody with a cover letter that actually says, "I'm interested in working for your organization." So many people will come in with these blank cover letters that just say, "I'm looking for an opportunity to improve myself in the career that I'm choosing," or whatever the case may be. But if somebody comes in and says, "I'm very interested in tattooing and I'm specifically interested in your shop because of these reasons," that gets pushed to the top of the heap. So remember this if you're applying for work. Like, let's say you want to work at one automotive shop or something like that. Tell that place why you chose their automotive shop over anybody else, and that'll get their attention because it's not a blank cover letter. You want your resume with your history of experience and your references and personal reference and professional references. You want ex-bosses that say you're not a dud, but you also want people that'll say, "Oh no, they're not a dummy. They're going to show up to work. They're going to do the job." But then you also want your cover letter. And your cover letter is going to say, "Hi, so-and-so, I am so-and-so, and this is what I'm looking for. I need ideally full-time employment, and I'm looking for work in this line of field, but I chose your business specifically because of these reasons." That will put you heads and shoulders above the other guys that are just dropping off a single piece of paper. So if you can separate yourself from the herd of people that just want something for nothing, if you could say, "I'm going to show up to work. I'm committed to doing my job, to providing for myself and my family. I'm committed to a better lifestyle, and I just need a place to work to do it," people will give you that break. But you need to show and prove. You can't expect something for nothing. Now consider when you're getting your resume done, if you know any people that are good with graphics or layout, do it up nicely. Do it with a decent font, decent letters. Put both of them in one large envelope. Maybe even put the name of the business on there. Ask to speak to the management or the owner specifically. Don't just hand it in to the person who might be getting fired next week that they don't want to lose their job. Say, "Is the manager in?" "Oh, hi, I'm so-and-so. I'm looking for work. I just thought I'd introduce myself and I wanted to give you my letter. Nice to meet you. I'm really interested in this. Hopefully you'll be able to take a minute and take a look at that." That personality and that handshake makes a big difference when you're going in. Looking people directly in the eye, shaking their hand firmly, not like a wet noodle, being a direct human being and practicing those confidence skills makes a huge difference when it comes to getting a job versus starting your own. It didn't take very long before our shop really grew and we were able to take a step from like the $250 place to the $550 place. And a few years later, from that place to a nicer location in a better area of town. And we moved up to being, the $1,000 a month. And now we're at the point where our locations are significantly larger and, more functional. Now, this is when you get to a point of scalability. You either start taking on people to help you do that work, or you just level out and you are now self-employed. Now, there's complications when it comes to licensing, to your business license, to what you're doing, your taxes, all of that stuff. And I'm not going to get into that because eventually I ended up hiring specialists that handle me with my legalese, like contracts for leases and things like that. But the simplest method, at least in my experience, is A business card, a skill, and personality, where you go out there and you handshake with people. Show up and just say, I'm willing to work, right? Either way, whatever the case may be, I wish you the best on all your future endeavors. Peace, love, and granola. Stay out of trouble.